The annual Greater Lafayette Commerce trip to Washington, D.C. is underway. There was a packed schedule this afternoon. It included 3 meetings for the delegation.
News 18's Dan Klein joins us live from D.C. and reports immigration, transportation, and politics. All tops on today's agenda. Dan.
Well, Gina and Jeff, just a few minutes ago, the Lafayette delegation finished their meeting with the National Republican Senatorial Committee. People talked about it was kind of an interesting side trip as they heard from Republican strategists on how they're going to take back the Senate, something that they're currently down 6 seats for the 2014 election. They actually highlighted 9 different states, none of them Indiana. There's no Indiana senatorial candidates, something that they've never done as far as the delegation, Lafayette delegation, going to this committee. In fact, the delegation, the committee mentioned that they'd actually never had a Chamber of Commerce group come to visit them, and tomorrow they'll be meeting with the Democratic Senatorial Committee. But earlier in the afternoon, the first meeting of the day was at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and they heard from strategists and lobbyists about what's going on in 3 different areas: transportation, immigration, and energy. Those are 3 of the issues that were put on the papers that have been brought around to the different congressmen and senators. Immigration was one of the highlights, and they talked about just how the U.S. Chamber just yesterday sent a letter to the House requesting them to move forward on immigration reform and trying to put together more bills that can be put together with the Senate bill that was passed last summer. Lafayette Commerce members talked about it's important to meet with this national chamber while they're here in Washington.
The meetings with the U.S. Chamber have always been good, and I think our position papers pretty much would support what they've been arguing for and trying to work for us here in Washington, D.C. We very much are strong believers in passing some type of immigration relief, and certainly the transportation, everybody's feeling that bite.
Now, the third meeting of the day in the middle of these 2 other ones was meeting with Brian Lamb at C-SPAN, and he talked about how informed people are now through all the different media outlets that are out there, how informed they are on different candidates and issues and things that are going on. Now, tonight on News 18 at 6, I have an interview scheduled with Congressman Todd Rokita, and we'll talk about just the prospects of what's going to happen in 2014. For now, they're reporting live in Washington, D.C., Dan Klein, News 18.